Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got a fun one for you today. I've got a little button down here. When we click on it, it's going to pop out a little contact form below. And the content that was there, it's going to push down. Text is going to change on that button to whatever you want it to be. When you click on it again, it's going to close. It says contact us when it's closed. And finished once you've filled out this form, submitted it, click on finished, it's going to close. Got to do a little bit of coding to get this done today. We don't let that panic you. I've written all the code for you. All you need to do is copy and paste if you want to do this. And I'll show you exactly how. So let's start a new page. Call it what you want. And we'll use the Divi builder. I'm going to go ahead and build from scratch. Before I put anything in, I'm going to throw a bit of content in here so we've got something that you can see it pushing down. So I'm going to add a new section. I've got a couple of sections saved in my library. We'll add that one. And we'll add one more for the bottom. And let's just pop this section up to the top of the page here. Great. Well, the first thing we want to do is create a button, or add a button, I should say. In our section up here, I'm going to go ahead, add a column. I'm going to pop a button in there. Obviously, you can put this button wherever you want on your site. Now, down below this video, you'll find the link to the code. And if you click on it, it's going to open this PDF here. I've chosen my text to say contact us before they click on it and finished after they click on it. But you can change this to anything that you want. So whatever you change it to, make sure you don't cut off the inverted commas there when you do this once we've copied the code. I'm going to start mine with contact us. So if we go back to our button here, I'm going to have mine say contact us. I'm not going to put a link in this button. I'm just going to leave it exactly how it is. But I will just make it slightly different color. I'm going to pop it to the middle. Let's just shrink this down a little bit. I'm going to pop it into the middle there. I'm going to go down to button. I'm going to give it a white text color. It will disappear on the white background there. I'm going to give it a blue background color just down below. And we'll give it a different color on hover. This is common to all Divi modules. If you hover over the dark text within a module, you see some little icons appear. There's a little arrow there. We've got a desktop state, blue when the mouse is not on it, and a hover state. Click on the hover tab, you can have a completely different color. So we'll make it purple when we hover over it. Great. Rolling on down, I don't particularly want a border on mine. I'm going to take that away. But I do want to make mine sort of pill shaped. And that reminds me, as I'm rolling over it, I think I'm going to take my icon away, but this is all entirely up to you. So I'm going to give it a border radius of 50 pixels, just put in the 50, it'll put in the px to make it pill shaped. Then I'm going to roll down just a little bit more. I'm going to show button icon here, I'm going to turn that switch to no, that way it's just going to change color. Fantastic. Just to finish off, I'm going to throw a bit of box shadow on the bottom, just for fun. Great, so there's our button, we're going to leave that there for a moment. Next thing we want to do is create the section that we're going to toggle on and off with this button. And mine's got a contact form in it, but you can put any sort of content in your section that you want. So I'm going to start a new section, little blue button there. I'm going to make it a regular section. Again, I'm going to put a single column in mine. I'm going to use a contact form, as it says contact us. If you're not sure about contact forms, take a look at our Divi for beginners. We go over contact forms in there. Really easy to do. You can add new fields here. You can give it a title if you want to. As you can see, that's popped that down there. Let's roll this up a bit so you can see it better. When it's sent, you can put a success message in there if you want to. Always a good idea. Lets them know that the message has actually been sent once they hit the submit button. If you want to change it from submit to something else, just write it in there. The important one, of course, is the email down below. where you want this message to be sent. So that's you at your email. Great. If you want to, you can redirect it to a different URL. I'm going to leave mine just popping up. This message has been sent. Got a bit of basic capture there. If you want to, you can use Google reCAPTCHA with an API key. I'm going to just go ahead and turn that off for simplicity. And just so you can see it better when it pops up, I'm going to make this background a different color, give it a bit of interest. So I'm going to go into background, always under content there. I'm going to give it a blue color. Then let's throw in an image like I did for that other one. Going to go over to image here, add a background image. That's the one we used before. I'm just going to roll down. I'm going to blend it with that blue color that we put in background image blend here. And multiply. Fantastic. Now we need to change out that text and the button color, obviously. So we'll go back into our contact form. Just roll over it, hit the little paintbrush attached to it. It'll take you straight to it. I'm going to make it white and I'm going to pop it in the middle. Fantastic. And I'll just adjust the line height so it gives it a bit more space. Great. And the button, we can't really see that. So again, I'll just go to it, hit the little paintbrush, use custom stars. Only thing I'm going to do for this is change the button text color to white. We can see it perfectly there. Fantastic. Great. Well, we got our little form that we want to pop up there. How are we going to make it all work? Good question. Well, I'm going to add a code module, and you can put it pretty much anywhere you want, but make sure you don't put it inside the section you're going to pop up. Same with the button. Make sure you don't put that inside the section you're going to pop up. I'm going to put it down here below my little gallery. So I'm going to hit a little dark button to add a new module. There's the code module. Great. And like I say, I've written all this code for you. Click on the link below. It's going to take you to this PDF. First thing we want to do is select everything from the opening script tag to the closing script tag. Don't need this stuff down here just yet. Just from the opening script to the closing script. Copy it, Control C. Go back to your code module and paste it in there. Control V to paste. And there it is. Fantastic. And just as a brief description of what's going on here, we've got an event listener that's going to tell a section called Section X that when we hit the button called Toggle Button, it's going to display it none. If it's displaying, it's going to make it disappear. If it's disappeared, it's going to make it display. And down below here, like I mentioned earlier, we've got it's either going to say contact us or finished when it's clicked. If you click it again, it's back to contact us, and etc. If you want to change that, no problem at all. Just put in what you want there. Make sure that you do not cut off those little inverted commas either side. Great. So we need to call our section Section X. You don't need to call it Section X. You can call it what you want. It's a CSS ID, but make sure whatever you call yours, you put in here. I'm going to call mine Section X, so I'll save that. We'll go up to our little section here, blue tab for a section. Over in Advanced is where we'll find CSS IDs and classes. It's an ID. Make sure you put it in the ID. Great. Now if we look back at that code now, the button has got to have an ID of toggle button. So it says button there, section there. So we'll grab the toggle button. Again, don't grab the inverted commas. We just want the actual name itself. Control C to copy again. We're going to go back to our button. Going to go in there. We know where CSS IDs and classes are over in Advanced. Remember, it's a CSS ID, so we pop it in there. Great. Let's just make this a little bit smaller. I've got my buttons saying contact us at first, and then when they click on it, it's going to say finished. Different amounts of text is going to make this button get wider and thinner. I want mine to stay the same width all time. So if we look over in the PDF here, button width code goes in the button module custom CSS main element box. I'm going to give mine a width of 200. Obviously, you put whatever works for you in there. So we need to go over to the advanced. We're already there in CSS ID. Down below, we've got custom CSS. We want to go into the module elements tab, into the main element here. Watch what happens when I paste width 200 in there. It's going to make it wider. Fantastic. And it'll stay that width no matter how many characters are inside there. Obviously, you want to make it wide enough to accommodate whatever your longest words are. Fantastic. We're about done. Now, the only other thing we want to do is this section, we don't want to see it first. We just want to see it when they click on the Contact Us. So we're going to hide it. And again, I put this code up here for you. It's very, very simple. Hide section code goes in the section code custom CSS. And we're just going to use display none to hide it. We go back here. I hit Control C to copy it. I'm going to go into the section that we want to hide. Advanced, custom CSS, module elements, into the main element there again. And I'll paste it in there. And it's disappeared. Fantastic. So let's save our changes here. We should be good to go. If we go down to a little purple button there, hit Save Draft, or Publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. There's our little button. If I click on it now, our little contact form pops up. They can fill it out, do what they need to do and submit it. And you'll notice that text is changed to finished. When they're finished with it, you can click on it. It'll go back to Contact Us and hide that little section. That's a really nice little feature to have on your site. You can implement it with all kind of different things. Get creative and do your own. I've just done it with a contact form to make it easy here. You could have a mega menu or do whatever you wanted there. So I hope you enjoyed this today and found it useful. Don't forget the code is in a link down below. It'll open this PDF. All you have to do is exactly what we've done today is copy and paste the stuff you need. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you or make a little demo video like this one. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.